Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back.
We got another track from Rush. We've got one track so far from Rush, and that was Tom Sawyer, which was an outstanding introduction to them. And you guys were saying you enjoyed our reaction, so you wanted us to come back with another one, and this was a part of those recommendations, The Spirit of the Radio. And so, you know, we enjoyed that song, the first song from Rush, Tom Sawyer, but
Yeah.
I think there's things that we didn't even pick up in that, which was that it's a three-piece band, right? A lot of the bands that we've listened to thus far have been 4 or 5 piece
Yeah,
bands.
a lot more people.
Yeah, and so there are 3 really talented individuals, clearly. And we were blown away by the drumming in that one. It was Neil, I think Neil Peart, I believe is how you say his name. And
It was a nice little story.
yeah, and you guys were saying that was Mark Twain. Which now that you guys said that, I do remember somebody saying something about Tom Sawyer and Mark Twain, but because we're not American, believe it or not, we haven't been introduced to Mark Twain, a lot of Mark Twain stuff.
Yeah,
so,
no, not at all.
he's an American writer, I believe, right?
I'm not sure.
Anyways, so that's Tom Sawyer. This is Spirit of Radio, based on, I think, radio.
Yes.
So it's actually, you know, sometimes the title can be a little misleading. This one is actually discussing radio, I think, a little bit. And it'll be cool to see a second introduction of them. I'm excited to see, like I said, what the drummer's going to do.
Yeah.
And I think Lee is the vocalist and lead singer. I think he does some keyboard and maybe some guitar. I'm not sure, but vocals for sure and keyboard. So we're interested to see where we go with this one. And
Yeah, I think usually, you know, you do a first song by a group or a person or whatever, and then once you start doing a second and a third, you get more of an idea of their sound.
Yeah.
And to see if they have a lot of versatility in their sound, or if it is like a very specific sound that they have.
Or this could be completely different from the first one that we listened to, and we will be blown away again.
Yeah.
Are you ready to check it out?
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's do a Rush Part 2.
Begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion unobtrusive. Plays that song that's so elusive, and the magic music makes your morning mood. Up on your way, hit the open road. There is magic at your fingers. For the spirit ever lingers, undemanding contact in your happy solitude. Invisible airwaves crackle with life. Right antenna bristle with the energy. Emotional feedback on a timeless wavelength, bearing a gift beyond price, almost free. All this machinery making modern music.
So your thoughts so far on the
This is
Spirit
really
of Radio?
different. Like, I feel like this is very like upbeat and fun, and like, you know, like I don't want to say positive vibes, like not like the other one wasn't, you know, whatever. But I just feel like it's very different. Like it's very like, woo.
It's definitely it's unique in this song. I think you know, like you said, different. But I also think it's the same in the guitar riff sounds similar to me than in the last one that we did. So I don't know if maybe this, you know, is maybe a customary Rush sound in terms of the guitar. But everything else obviously is much different. I really like how they, you know, kind of lead into the energy charges that you're talking about with this upbeatness with the drums. Still very prominent in this one as well. That's another thing that I think is a little bit similar. I do like the the way the guitars and the visuals kind of seemingly portray like a radio wave
Yeah, it's really
in
cool.
like the spirit of radio.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like the music's kind of capturing that a
Yeah.
little bit. And then I like the lyrics as well. I think that's referring to a little more of the positive messaging
Yeah.
that you were alluding to. And the composition, again, like I think we said in the last one, it was pretty cool the way it seemed like it was so layered.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel the same way about this one. There's just so many different layers. I feel like that it's got a lot of depth. I think I'm not sure if I said that in the last one, but I feel like the song, it's just very vibrant and full of life. And that's what the way it feels.
Yeah, and I feel like even the beginning of the song, like in the very beginning of the song and the video, I almost felt like it was like an intro. Like, you know when you watch a TV show and there's like the intro music
Yeah.
and the intro, like that's what it reminded me of. Almost like it was like leading into like what was going to be the segment for the rest of the song, opposed to just like starting out of the gate of like whatever that sound was going to
Well,
be.
that's also could be kind of like a lead in for a radio station, right?
That's
In the
cool.
spirit
Yeah,
of radio,
and
right?
the
You're
intro.
leading into the intro of the radio
Yeah,
station,
that's
right?
neat.
And some of these visuals and stuff have been pretty cool as well. So it's
Cool.
and I liked at
It's
the
fresh.
beginning they had the names of the group members.
Yeah,
You know,
again, like you're saying, like an intro when we watch a TV show, and it gives you like the
Yeah.
cast of like who's gonna be.
yeah, exactly. So I'm,
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this thus far. It's got a great vibe to it. Lots of depth, like I said. So let's finish it out. See, I got another 3 minutes, so who knows where we're gonna get to with this. But it seems like it's already kind of switched up to a few different parts, like you said.
Yeah.
And we're midway through now. So let's see where we're gonna go.
Can still be open-hearted, not so fully charted. It's really just a question of your honesty. Yeah, your honesty. One likes to believe in the freedom of music, but glittering prizes and endless compromises shatter the illusion of integrity. Yeah. Invisible airwaves crackle with life. Right intent now bristle with the energy. Emotional feedback on a timeless wavelength. Bearing and give me a price almost free. For the words of the prophets were written on the studio wall. Concert hall. And echoes with the sound of salesmen. Of salesmen. Of salesmen.
Lights out.
That was crazy, and I almost like twisted that into like, oh, memory. They almost twisted it into like a little reggae vibe there real quick.
Yeah, that was crazy. I just
I was
out
like,
of
ooh,
nowhere.
where are we going with
I
this?
really liked in the visual too when they did the guitar solo. They had the dial, like the 95 up to the 100, like
And
the
it went like,
FM
woo!
frequency. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was really cool to go back and forth like he was playing the chords
Yeah.
on the neck of the guitar. That was really interesting to see on the animation side of things. And
Yeah, it's a cool video.
yeah, and so much creativity, like you said, just kind of leading in. I just feel like the two songs that we've listened to, both of them, I felt like we didn't know where we were going to go with the song. There was so
Yeah.
much creativity with it,
Yeah.
and that was the same thing. Like at the end, they just brought in this random, reggae
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah,
It
it was
is,
cool.
which was cool. Yeah, it added more flavor, a little bit more fun to a fun song in general.
Yeah,
I think the
for
spirit
sure.
of radio, and I think they did a great job in capturing that concept. The concept, the spirit of radio
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
in the entirety of the composition. I think
Yeah.
they did a great job in portraying the creative side of what that should sound and look like.
Yeah, and I think also too, right? Like you had mentioned that there's a lot of change ups and like variety in within the song itself, and I think that like sometimes when a song does that, it almost gets confusing and it's like hard to keep up with, and it's almost like overwhelming. But I feel like in this song they did like such a great job of had lots of different pieces, but it all came together so well, like you said, to follow that overarching like theme of the
Yeah.
spirit of radio.
I really liked his vocal in this one as well. I thought
So
like
did I.
we got more of a taste of his vocal in
I
this
would
one.
agree, yeah.
And I felt, I don't know if I would say stronger is the right word, but it was more prominent and more like, felt like it carried the song a little bit more
Yeah.
in this one. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So great recommendation, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
really
for
like this one.
The Spirit of Radio by Rush. I definitely enjoyed that one. So if you guys want to hit those comments and let us know about anything else from Rush, that would be great. We'd appreciate that. We always
Yeah.
appreciate the support by commenting and liking. And if you haven't subscribed, you got to get on that. Hit that button. Come along for this journey that we're on.